Hello everyone, Donut Donny here. Welcome to another episode of the Retro series where we're at the moment looking at the Championship Manager games of the past, and we're also looking, as you may know, the Spectrum football games as well and the sporting management games of the Spectrum. But today we are going back to 2007 and we're going to have a quick look at Championship Manager 2008, which was released in November 2007. Publisher Eidos Interactive, the guys who did all the original Championship Manager series, well, they were the publishers anyway. And if you don't know the full story, of course, at the end of Championship Manager 2003-2004, there was a split between Eidos, the publishers, and the actual game makers. And the game makers went one way, Eidos went the other way. Eidos took the name Championship Manager, while the game makers, who then became Sports Interactive, took the database, the actual game database, and they are more famous now for creating the Football Manager series that's been around since 2008, I think. But anyway, you might have seen the previous episodes of Championship Manager 07. We're just going to have a look briefly at Championship Manager 2008 and see if there is any alternatives to this one. We might not stay with this one for too long because it got a mixed response when it came out. It didn't do very well. I think this was kind of like the beginning of the end of the Championship Manager name as a game anyway. But we will have a look at it and see what it's like. And if I do enjoy it, you might see another episode of this as well. But we will be going on after Championship Manager 2008. We will be looking at the more successful Championship Manager 2010. There wasn't a Championship Manager 09, by the way, because 09, like what happening when I was doing this recording, the Football Manager 24, Football Manager 25 was having problems. They had to skip a year or skip a number of months. Hopefully by the time you're watching this now, Football Manager 25 has been released, or if it hasn't, then hopefully it'll be soon rather than later. But yes, they in Championship Manager 2010 they took 2 years to make that one, so there was never a Championship Manager 09. But let's have a look at 08 anyway. So we're going to look at the options first. I always look at the options just in case I need to do a couple of alterations. So I'm just going to put the save in. Obviously I can't do full screen on this, it just doesn't work for me at the moment, so hopefully you can see what you can on the screen at the moment. There will be some sound effects on, so that's good. They might be quite loud, so we have to figure out how to do it. Now we could use the modern or traditional. We always look at traditional, I think, at the moment to make it, you can compare it to the older Championship Manager games. So I will confirm it. This option screens looks very similar to 07, I have to say. I will do a new game. And here you can choose your league start date. So we're going to choose England. We might put France, Italy, and Netherlands in maybe. And then you can select which division you could be in. So England, of course, this has got the Conference League sides in, as the 07 did. What made, I think, 08 slightly different to 07 was the multiplayer function. Users can now play in multiplayer mode, meaning that they can have more than one person on an account, which is interesting. Furthermore, users can now manage nations and can apply the club benefactor, which lets the user have more money. That might be useful when I'm the Oxford boss. All those additions were added in previous Championship Manager 07. You didn't really know about it. So the interesting list of countries there, you've got Ukraine, which is great to see as well. So we'll create game, player knowledge, set to hide some player stats at start of game, set to run all senior competitions. So set to hide, let's unclick that, I might regret that in a minute. Let's create game, first name, so obviously we need to put all this in. So Donut and then Donny, nationality I'm English, so I need to find my country. Oh, hold on, English, there we go. Date of birth, I'm going to make this date of birth up so you don't really know when my real date of birth is. I'm not going to give my age away. Right, so that is a made-up date of birth. England, obviously, we're going to go and see what division Oxford's in. I think they're in League One. No, they're not. Are they in the Championship? They're not in the Championship. Where are you, Oxford? Don't tell me you're in League Two. No, Conference. Oh, yeah, of course they were still a Conference side. Of course they were. I forgot Oxford were in the Conference side. Choose team to manage. England, Premier, Oxford, Club Benefactor. Yep. And we won't choose nation. I made that mistake last time. We're just going to stick to a club. You can choose England if I wanted to. Confirm. Donut Donny, Oxford, pending game entry status. Yeah, that's all good. Create game. Creating game. Now let's see how long this takes. I'm going to stop the video just in case it does take a long time, and then you'll see me. Oh, no, didn't. That was quite quick. So the actual looks like the nominations for acting the positions on field is exactly the same to 2007, so not much has changed there. So we will, you remember on 2007 though, I had that bug though. I wonder if this bug is still in this version. Anyway, here is the actual mail screen. Transfer window now open. Board sets campaign targets. Expect to achieve promotion. Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea. Clubs are queuing up to sign Middlesbrough's Jeff Kenner, the former Swindon player. So let's have a quick look at him. So you can see we could do ratings out of 100, but I want to do ratings out of 20, so it makes it easier for me and also easier for you guys to compare it to the older Championship Manager game. So he's actually pretty decent. Let's look at the options down here. So you've got your manager options, so you've got all the teams, reserves and youth. So the youth team's in there. That's a extra, I think. You've got the cup competitions and seeing the whole leagues. You've got the map of the world, so you can see again teams and stuff. You've got the mailbox, which the history box, sorry. So the history of this player here. And you've got the mailbox, obviously, which we've seen already. Then you've got this Pro Zone, which is like the data collection device when you go through the whole season. You can select teams and see how your players are positioned, what positions they're playing, stuff like that. And then you've got your settings, obviously. So we'll click back to the mail. Let's look at this side. So let's look at the youth team, actually. So these are the youth players. So we can just click on any of these views here. So if you can go traditional view, which is what we're looking at now. General info. So all good screens here. Contracts, £50 contracts. Selection, so you can select that. I think the one you really want to look at is the stats. So let's look at the attacking stats. So if anyone's good attackers, so some of these players are. So Nugent's pretty decent. And what about defensive? And okay, so let's look at one of these players, for instance, Chris Austin, age 18. So up here you've got their profile, their information, which is basically their weight, their height, their value, date of birth, anything like that. Then you've got the status, talk, question mark, feels he deserves a more competitive salary. What salary is he actually on? Does he actually say his salary? It'll be under contract, I'm guessing. Wages, no, it's down here, £50. Okay, £50 a week. Yeah, it does seem mean. Strong-willed, so you got that, his form, and you've got the history. So let's quickly now go up to the Oxford team. So this is the Oxford team. Of course, the ratings still stay as they are, so we'll do general info at the moment. You can see the values. Remember, this is Conference Premier values, so there won't be any high values here. We have got 39,000 for Hutchinson there, and I do remember this era when I was an Oxford United supporter. It felt very strange watching Oxford in the non-league and Oxford being officially a non-league side. I think we stayed in the non-league for about 8-9 years from what I can remember, and then we got promoted by beating York City in a playoff final at Wembley. And since then, touch wood, we're still in the league. So can we go back a screen? Yes, we can. Back a screen, that's good. So let's just click to the traditional view at the moment. And Yeah, so these players are very similar to last year's players. So we've got Hutchinson, Robinson, Duffy, Baby, who was a very good quick striker from what I can remember, and Gilchrist, who stayed with Oxford even in the long league days. You might remember Gilchrist was, the history doesn't go that far back, that's unfortunate. Gilchrist featured in 97-98, the Championship Manager game, and this of course can't be 97-98 because this is 2008. Um, he featured in 00 and 01, I think, because now he is, how old is he? 20, 70. Let's think. Oh, it's got it right there. 33 years old. Yeah, I think he was with Oxford when he was 25, 26 years old or something like that. So yeah, he has been Oxford a long time. Now let's try the tactics screen, which is up here, because if you can remember, in 2007 we had problems with the tactics screen because somehow I could not nominate a couple of players. So we're going to see what tactics we can use. Quick load. There we go. So let's look. I like the 4-1. Is there 4-1-3-2? There is. Yes. Okay. And then I like moving the midfielder slightly out, so it's like an attacking midfielder. And let's see if we can get all these positions in, because we had that problem last time. Oops, that's Norwich. Don't want to see them. Let's go back to the home screen, which is that home button, which is good because it goes back to this screen automatically. And let's select positions, or selection, sorry. So I know who goes where. No, it doesn't actually tell me. Where is the okay, this is what position. Oh, okay, it's down here. I'm trying to think like this is a current Football Manager game, and of course this isn't. This is this is a Championship Manager game. So I need to sort the positions out. So I'll put, do you wish to tactile, do you wish to confirm? Confirm. Okay, so I'm hoping that works. Yeah, there we go. We've got to figure out who he is, though, which one he is. I think we'll do you first, actually. I need an attacking midfielder to take that, and that'd be Hutchinson. So I'm thinking it's this one. So put him there, and we'll put the tactics screen up there. Yeah, Hutchinson's there. I was right. So that makes it easier for me. So I put the two strikers up. Now, which is the two best strikers? We've got Duffy. Let's look at the attacking. That'll be best. So we're looking at finishing. So we can do all the alterations here. You can see who's the top finisher. That's Obi Beatty. So I'll put him as the striker. Confirm striker, and then Robinson behind him. Yep, that's good. Let's look at the midfield. Midfield is probably under here. Passing. So Hutchinson's definitely there. So trainer. Is trainer and midfielder? Yes, he is. I know Quinn is. He's also a fullback, so I'll put Trainer and Quinn there. Trainer and Quinn. We'll play a couple of games, and then we will go over and look at what the other sides look like around this time. So let's go back to general info. No, let's go back to selection. I need to select the fullbacks because this is what caused me problems last time. So Jenon in, and now we need fullback right. Marvin Day, is that fullback? FB, I think that means F fullback. Yeah, fullback is in, so that works correctly. That's good. Obviously, we put Gilchrist in there. What does CT mean? Contract expire in less than 1 year. Okay. And Wilmot. That's good. So we've got defensive midfielder we need to put in now. That'll be Rose. Put them there. And then we select the goalie. Tardif. I remember Tardif. Oops. Shortcuts there. There's a shortcut screen. That's interesting. I don't know why it suddenly did that. There we go. So you can put your shortcuts in here. Okay. Doesn't really work on this screen the screen ratio I got on at the moment. Okay, so we've got Turley. So we need to now just put some reserves in. Pettifer, Anslet, Cochrane. Some of these names I don't seem so familiar with. Some do, because this is quite a few years ago. This is when things got a little bit more harder to figure out the standing players for the Oxford team because obviously when they joined the non-league, a lot of players left because they wanted to stay in the league or they were just freed. So I just put random players there. Okay, that's done. So who are we against then? We got Darlington. Was that Darlington before they? Yes, this is Darlington before they ceased to exist. Um, that's their fixtures. So look at the fixtures again. Darlington, Leeds, Norwich, Crewe, Chester, Barnet, and then we've got the Conference Premier or National League as it's now called. Oops. So there's the squad again. Staff, myself, Patterson, Mickey Lewis, who's now sadly passed away. Neil Sullivan, amazing guy. Yeah, Neil Sullivan. Yeah, very good physio. Finances. So we've got a benefactor. We've got 3.6 million transfer budget for a non-league side. Whew, that's quite rich. 12,500 all seats stay in Kasan Stadium. Of course, Oxford were at the Kasan Stadium. By the time of this recording, Oxford were trying to move to a new stadium, but it wasn't that easy, if I can remember correctly. So we got that. Let's go to traditional. So there is the team. I think these must be ages, actually, isn't it? Yeah, these are ages of the players. So I don't really want to sort that out by ages. Suited positions. There we go. That's better. So we're forward the screen. Let's try to get a game going because we're going to hear some sound soon as well. Oops. Squad number assignment. Okay, respond. Auto. Confirm. And then press the play button again. 3 more mail. Ben Weedy and Luke Bennett's contracts. Club's hope for Chris Hope. Is he good? 33 years old. Really, I think the Oxford team wants younger players. Chelsea have made a 16 million offer for Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ruud van Nistelrooy at Real Madrid. Because he left for Real Madrid after Man United. Oh, he's got his full history here. So it looks like he has got some full history for some players, but not others. Interesting. Physio Sullivan reports on Wilmot. Okay. He's recovered from his leg injury. Here we go. Friendly fixtures against Darlington. We've already picked the team, so no bugs in the team selection here, so that's good. You've only selected him from possible 12. You're not selected for it. Okay. Right, so we need to do all that. Tactics, set instructions, team instructions, passing, mixed, mentality, go attacking, counter attack, crosses, yeah. So captain, move the captain up to Hutchinson. So it's goal scored, conceded, right? Set priorities. So penalty duties. So here we can select our penalty takers. So get Robinson, O'Davy, Hutchinson, Gilchrist, and Quinn. Right, set priorities, free kick duties. So thing is, we need to know who our best free kick takers are. So suited positions, morale doesn't really tell us who we can choose, unless I got it completely wrong, of course. So we might have to look into player stats this way. So free kick taking. Is a free kick there? There isn't any free kick actually. Creativity maybe? I don't know. Oh, dead balls. Here we go. 5. Okay, it's right over there. He's on a 5. Robinson's on a 5. Doday's on a 5. This is not very good. Hutchinson 7, slightly better. Trainer 3. You're definitely not doing it then. Quinn, yeah, 5. Gilchrist 3. God, it looks like we're not very good at set piece taking. So I'm going to put Hutchinson as the free kick taker, oddly, because he seems to be the only one that seems to be good doing it. It's going to give us a warning that we're still missing a couple of things. Yeah, confirm. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to let random do that. So we've got our team here. So this is the team talk. So this is chance to use measure sales gets decent opposition. Yeah, that's good. And then we confirm the button down here. And bit of sound. Bit of highlights. We're in yellow. This is a long throw. Looks like it. No, short throw. What I think we need to do. Put the player names on. There we go. Bit better. Oh. The sound's pretty good, I have to say. Oh. Oh, he's got sent off. Oh, that's a bit crap, isn't it? So I'll have to take off Robinson to put a defender on. Anslet will have to come on. So move Anslet down there. So actually moving around here is all good. I think we're going to move Hutchinson back down in the middle, and Obebe is going to be just a lone striker up front. Or we could, in fact, can Danny Rose, we could do that and put Danny Rose up there. Okay, that's not too bad. And yes. So actually, you'll notice this screen here doesn't show the changes unless I guess we press play. Yeah, there we go. Not the best of debuts for one of my players, getting sent off. Little screen there of him being booked, that's good. Half time, okay. So I need to talk to the players at half time. Come on, lads. Yeah. Tactics, team talk, set instructions, team instructions. Let's change some of this. Closing down, always. Mixed passing, let's do direct. Mentality, tackling we keep it normal because we got sent off with normal tackling. And we'll keep it like that. And then confirm, and then play. This isn't bad, actually. I don't know why it got about 60-70% in the reviews. It's not amazing. It's not much difference to... Not much difference to 07. We can speed this match speed up a little bit, I think. There we go. Oh! Don't know what the goalie did there, but he didn't do very well. The goalie completely missed it. And there's no replays in this, I noticed. The goalie's not very good at this. That's why he's only got a rating of 5, I think. That makes sense. Full time. Man of the match was the guy who scored the goal. Kind of makes sense. Post match then. Confirm. So we lost 1-0. So let's look at. I think what we're going to do, what I've decided we're going to do, is that we are going. Here's the training screen, which I don't really do much. I never do training in Football Manager games. I leave the computer to do that. I'm going to actually split this up into another part. because I don't want this one to be a very lengthy part. So we'll see what our fixtures are next. We're home to Leeds on the 8th, so that's in 4 days' time in the game. But let's just have a quick look at a couple other things. So here's the pro zone. So what does he say? Oxford were weak at the back, making many mistakes. Hardly saw the ball. Here, Darling can only sit back and watch as Oxford keep ball. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's see if we can find where the transfer list is. All transfers. So let's look at a couple of these more actually. So here's the league table. Obviously, this is the Conference League. Then you've got Manager Conference. So the board of directors want us to go promoted, obviously, because we've got the finances definitely to do that. Oxford fans are split on whether you're the right man to take the job. However, the club, even your doubters, are prepared to see how you perform, and they're looking forward to a trophy-laden end-of-season celebration. And then you've got player staff search. So you notice some really big names here from 2008. So yeah, like Lionel Messi here. He's only 20 years old in this game. Wow. And he plays obviously for Barcelona, and he is worth in this game 21 million. Wow. And then you've got some really other famous names like Cristiano Ronaldo is in this again. He's 22 years old, currently plays for Man United. He is worth 30 million. Then you got Ronaldinho. Oh wow, yeah, I remember Ronaldinho. I remember because he knocked England out of the World Cup with a free kick that went over Dave Seaman's head. So he's Barcelona, and he is worth 36 million. And then you got Kaká, Steven Gerrard. We will look more about these teams in part 2, I think. Michael Owen. Let's quickly look at Michael Owen. This is now, of course, he's gone over to Newcastle because he left Liverpool for Real Madrid, only stayed at Real Madrid for 1 season despite scoring 12 goals, and now he's over at Newcastle. So yeah, so let's look at player search. Player search, yeah. And then can we do filters? Here we go. So age range between 16 and under and 21. Language we don't need to. Transfer listed. I need them to be contract status. It might be under their expiring or expired. Yep. So free transfers basically. We have got enough money to spend a little bit on some players, so we might do spending some money. So I'm just going to see what's going on. So click OK. And then we got the list of players. How many have we got here? Is it just a full list down? Okay, so what you do then, well-known players in your region, 1600 found, is look at your attributes, I think, and you look at defensive, and there's some decent youngsters here actually. So let's look at this guy called just Deb. He is Portuguese, 18 years old. Where's he come from? He doesn't come from any club. So just starting, but this guy, for instance, Anderson, he looks like he's, oh yes, he's a striker, and I don't think he's going to join us. So there's a filter saying remove players that would not consider move. There we go. That's what I want to know. I don't want to waste my time on players who don't want to join us, and that's nicked about 200 players off the list. So let's carry on. We'll carry on trying to bid some players. And well, I'll carry on looking at some players offline for a little bit, and then in part 2 we'll play another couple more games, and also let's see if any of these players come and join us. So if you do enjoy this part, then please let me know. If you haven't subscribed or liked to the channel, then please do. It'd be great for you to join the family, and let me know if you have ever played Championship Manager 08, and what did you like about it, what didn't you like about it, or were you like me over at the Football Manager series? But anyway, this is Donny saying goodbye, and I hope to see you again in part 2 if people want me to do a part 2. Obviously, it depends on how many people actually watch this part. If I see quite a low number, then I won't release part 2, but I will be making a part 2. Okay, chat to you all soon. Bye bye. What are your thoughts about this game? Please let me know in the comments. Many thanks for watching this video. Greatly appreciated. If you like this channel, please send me a like or subscribe.